Hi class, this is Tech making another video on database topics. So this is a continuation of what we talked about in the previous video, where I said something about computer security and SQL injection. So here we have a program that demonstrates exactly that. Let's take a look at the program first. So this is the program. We are using this variable, some get param, to represent a get parameter or post parameter that you're getting from URL and URL. And then we have query, which is representing something that you might want to formulate in order to make use of a database. In this case, we have a select statement, which is going to retrieve data from a table. So in this case, I'm retrieving every single field. That's what the asterisk is here for, from some table. But the query is not going to get everything. It is going to get something only specific to a name in this case. So we want to find something where the field name is going to match the parameter that is passed either by a get or post method. So under normal use, an end user would just specify a name, which doesn't contain any funny characters. So this will print the normal use, and basically the query here is going to be the one with some get param expanded, and you will see that it's kind of normal looking. So the next one has the same thing, except this time, this is a hacker trying to break the system. So the hacker is going to pass on some specific thing, such as tag, but you can see how this tag here has a single quote to end it, where this one does not. So this end single quote is here because it will basically end the first query, and then this semicolon is separating the first query from the second query. So now the hacker actually has the freedom to specify and basically anything he or she wants to for the second query. So in this case, the second query is to select every single field from another table. And here we have, I'm just making this up here, obviously. So this expression is basically saying, we specify the field, and regular expression is a regular expression match, and a dot star basically will match any content. So basically it's saying, okay, let's print everything from this some other table. So depending on what type of query is being used, because you can use a multi-query where you can put multiple queries into the same string, this may work. So when we expand some get param as a part of the original query, now it will basically, the first query will end because of this end quote here. And then the second query will start here, and you will see the actual effect. And then the last example is to use MySQLi real escape string to help protect ourselves by escaping all the funny characters like quotes and whatnot. So you will see that in the second query, by the time we pass it to the MySQL engine, it is no longer containing a proper second query, which is the problem. So let's go ahead and run this code, php escape.php. So you can see how the first query looks completely normal. This is what we're going to pass to MySQL, which is just selecting all the fields from some table and only display the rows where the name matches tag. The second one is hacked because this is actually what is being passed to the SQL server, where the first part looks normal. Okay, this is just looking for all the rows where name matches tag. But then we are tagging on to a second query where it's not even related to some table, it is some other table. And also the condition that is being matched here is a regular expression that would basically match any field other than numbers. So the second query can basically now be used to display, let's just say that the entire database of in the entire table of a database that contains, let's say, social security number, credit card number, and so on. And later on, when we talk about join operations, there's no limitation. This cannot also have a join operation. So now you're looking at a super big breach because you can have a join operation to display content from multiple tables and link the fields of those tables into some meaningful outcome. And the last one here is after we use the escape function, MySQL I underscore real underscore escape underscore string. So in this case, you can see how the quote of tag right after tag is now escaped using a backslash. In other words, this is no longer used to terminate the criteria of name. This is a part of what we're trying to match with name is a single quote along with the semicolon and so on and so forth. And this is the other single quote that is a part of what the hacker is trying to specify as the get or post param. And once again, it is also escaped, which also means that the name is trying to match everything from this unescaped quote all the way to this unescaped quote. Everything in between, everything from here all the way down to here is what name should be matching. And obviously in this case, it's probably not going to match any entries because this is definitely an attempt to use SQL injection to hack a website so the website would display more data than it really should. All right, so in summary, the key, the most important part of the discussion is before you expand a parameter, such as this, sum get param here, and utilize it inside a query that you will pass to MySQL, you really should consider using MySQL I underscore get underscore escape underscore string, because this way it won't, hackers cannot use SQL injection the way I just described it anymore.